Welcome to Insight Weekly. This is episode 7 of the Intelligence Fusion podcast, and this week we're focusing on the recent developments of the coronavirus outbreak. On the line, we have Chief Operating Officer Daniel Harrington.
Hi, Laura.
And here with me at IFHQ, we've got Regional Analyst Scott MacDonald.
Morning, Laura.
This week, we've seen the number of coronavirus cases continue to increase, with the total number of confirmed cases sitting at almost 32,000 globally. Yesterday, the UK received confirmation of their third casualty, whilst the US discovered their 12th in Wisconsin earlier this week. Most cases, however, are confined to mainland China. So far, 638 have died as a result of the novel coronavirus, only 3 of which are reported to have occurred outside China itself. Current travel restrictions are limiting the movement of close to 50 million people, which is hugely impacting the country's economy and consequently the rest of the world. At a very high level, Wuhan itself, the city in which the virus originated, it is also a hub for manufacturing and logistics industries. Organisations such as Bosch, Honda and Nissan have all closed facilities in the area, which is causing disruption to their global supply chain. And the Asian supply chain, which heavily relies on China as a key distributor, already experiences delays in the lead up to Chinese New Year celebrations. The current situation is obviously expected to heighten that disruption even further. DHL has reported severe disruptions to inbound and outbound air cargo shipments, trucking and rail cargo services. Most delivery services have actually completely suspended their operations in Hubei province. Some shipping companies, such as IAG Cargo, have even cancelled all of their services to and from mainland China for at least the remainder of the month. And of course, China is home to 7 of the world's busiest container ports too, further contributing to the mass unrest that we've seen. Beyond Asia, we've seen further developments across the globe, of course. So, Daniel, could you talk us through the threat that we've seen in Zimbabwe this week?
Sure. Today I wanted to focus on Zimbabwe, where over 500 people are being monitored for coronavirus this week. Health authorities are asking the affected to self-quarantine for 2 weeks at home. They are also restricted from going to public spaces such as offices or any gatherings. China and Zimbabwe maintain close economic ties, and it is believed the coronavirus may potentially spread into Zimbabwe through students or business travellers who have recently been to affected areas in China. As a response, the Chinese government requested Chinese nationals coming to Zimbabwe to cooperate with quarantine measures at Zimbabwean ports of entry, and also issued 4 consular notices to provide recommendations for epidemic prevention. Isolation and quarantine units have been established in Harare, Bulawayo and Victoria Falls. However, no one has been admitted at the centres so far. Governments throughout Africa have raised concerns regarding the spread of the virus on the continent, considering the close ties now between China and many African nations.
Thank you, Daniel. Scott, there's also been some significant developments across the UK this week. What's the latest?
Yes, so 2 Chinese nationals recently in China and travelling to the United Kingdom have been positively confirmed as having Wuhan Coronavirus in New York. They were found in a hotel there and have since been transferred to the Royal Victoria Infirmary in Newcastle. Yesterday, on the 6th of February, an unidentified man was positively confirmed as having Wuhan Coronavirus in Brighton and has since been transferred to Guy's Hospital in London. In response, the UK government has ordered all hospitals to set aside a specific quarantine area in anticipation of future cases. In terms of abroad, the Foreign and Commonwealth Office has ordered all UK nationals to leave China if possible and has already evacuated 94 in 2 specially commissioned flights. In response, the Chinese ambassador to the UK, Lu Shaiming, called this an overreaction.
Thank you, Scott. All of the information in this podcast was accurate at the time of filming. We'll continue to update you on further developments as authorities try to contain the virus across the globe. And if you're enjoying our weekly insight, please don't forget to like, comment and share our video. And if you do have any questions for the analysts, it would be great to hear from you as well. See you next week for episode 8.